If you are a man that I'm interested in, I want to see that you can provide for me. I want to see that you can afford a nice dinner date. Like, can you afford basic things? Because if you can't afford dinner and an Uber, my transportation, you certainly can't afford kids. You certainly can't afford a house. You certainly can't afford my bills. And I got bills to pay.
Oh, no. This fool is tripping.
I'm out of here.
You on your own there, bro.
Peace everybody, it's your boy Let's Talk You back with another video. She's going to find out the hard way that having all those expectations in a man is only going to leave her lonely and depressed in the end. We're going to get into that video, but before we do that, I got a few other videos that we're going to get into that's in the same category as what that lady was saying. Also, pay attention to this video right here, because this video is part of the reason why a lot of dudes are just checking out and not dealing with females altogether. But before we get into these videos, first make sure I hit the like and subscribe to the channel. Alright, let's see what they're talking about.
Ladies, the only time having a boyfriend is worth it is when he is able to fully support you and pay all your bills. I said it, and I'll say it again. The only time a man who is your boyfriend, he's not your husband, if you're gonna be a girlfriend to someone, he needs to be paying all your bills. Otherwise, why is he there? What is his purpose?
The purpose of him being there is the same purpose as you, because this is the stage where y'all getting to learn each other. But if he get to see that you're someone who just want him to just pay you all your bills and he gets nothing in return, then he's sure not to stay in the long run.
If he's not, he's just a boyfriend. Meaning if he leaves you, and a boyfriend is not a legal title. If he leaves you and promises you marriage, leaves you with nothing, you get nothing. But if he's paying all your bills, you're able to save money, you're able to invest into businesses that you want to do. If he leaves you, you're leaving with something else at the end of it.
Oh, shit like that.
This don't sound like dating, this sounds like prostitution. And in today's dating market, there's a thin line between dating and prostitution.
But to date a guy and be someone's girlfriend for free, so he can promise you marriage, he can promise you marriage, Susie marriage, Melina marriage, Selena marriage, all while dating you. Being someone's girlfriend is not worth it, okay? No. If you're gonna be a girlfriend, he needs to be paying a bill or two. These bills are due. I'm not usually anyone's girlfriend, but I'll make that exception for you if you're willing to pay some bills.
You will?
If you're willing to pay a bill or two.
She's absolutely right. Having a girlfriend like that isn't worth it, because in the end, my guy, you're gonna end up looking like a clown.
Babe, can you do me a favor? Can you pay the bills this week, please?
Why?
Because I just need you to do it. I'm busy doing all the stuff.
Pay all these bills?
Yes. You do know how to pay the bills. You know where everything goes.
No, I don't ever pay the bill. You pay the bills. That's your job.
But how are you supposed to know? If something happens to me, what are you going to do? You need to know how to pay the bills.
And he's right. God forbid if something does happen to him, all the responsibilities of the household is going to fall down on her. Which is the reason why, instead of a wife just being absent-minded and letting the husband take care of everything, that she should start learning his every move and learning all the bill paying transitions. So God forbid if something does happen, she'll be set.
I thought it just came out, well, our mortgage comes out automatically. That doesn't pay that.
Yeah, but you still need to check everything. There's other things. You still got to pay the electric.
You have to do that.
I'm scared, Poncho.
I don't even know
Insurance.
who our supplier is. Or our insurance.
So you don't have no idea where anything comes from.
No.
How do you think all this stuff just happens? You think it just automatically gets done?
That's exactly what she thinks, my guy. And that's exactly the reason why a lot of women today want a man to pay all the bills, because they don't have to worry about anything. A lot of women who was in relationships where the men pay all the bills, they have absolutely no idea where the bills come from and how to pay it if they just so happen to have to pay it.
Can you do
So
it or
what have I
not?
got to know. I don't know. You have to write me a list. It'll take you longer to write me out a list of
Yes,
who's
but
paying
I've
numbers.
got to go and do something.
Okay.
I've got to go and edit something and
I
finish something
don't
off with the
know.
client, and I don't have time to pay the bills.
I don't even
There's a
know where to
deadline on some of
start.
those things already. You
Well,
serious?
It all came out automatically, and you just anything
It
extra.
doesn't
you
just
paid
come
it.
out automatically. There's some things that you have to phone up. You've got to check.
Who?
You've got to make sure.
Who do you have to phone up?
You've got to phone up the gas counter thing, gas and electric.
James, I can't do this. I can't.
Are you serious? Okay, so what are you gonna do if I
No, I'm not
want something
wanting
happens
to
to me
rip
when
me
I'm
off.
gone?
I don't even know what the amounts are or anything.
So negotiate.
What is that?
Talk to people.
I can't.
Find out what the going rate is. You have to do all those things in the research. What do you think I do all the time?
Yeah, so you do it. So you just do it.
But I don't have time. I'm asking you to do it now.
I can't do it. It's James. I don't even know who are.
So basically, we're doomed then. Basically, if something happens to me, you're doomed. That's what you're saying.
If something happens to you, I'd have to get someone to show me how to do it.
Oh my days.
That's basically a translation for saying if something happened to you, I'm gonna have to find another man to come into my life so he can do the exact same thing, because I'm not doing it.
I don't care what anybody says, but a guy should always be paying for dates. I already know the men are gonna come in my comments crying and screaming. I don't care. If you're okay with splitting the bill, if you're okay with taking turns paying, if you're okay with being the one that's paying for most of the things, fine. That's on you, girl. But me,
And that's the problem with a lot of women today, because they're always looking for a guy to pay the bills, to pay all their bills, but they're not always looking to build with each other. And guys see that, and that's the reason why they end up smashing and dipping.
there are men out there who are literally paying for full-blown vacations for women, flying them out, paying for every single thing they could ever want.
Stop the cap.
And you're gonna let a man make you split on a first date? Some men are providers and some men aren't. Some men want to give you the world in that aspect, and some men want to do 50-50, and that's fine. That's not what I want. I'm sorry, but if I'm having your baby, if I'm giving birth to a whole ass human and going through everything that I have to do for that, I am not doing 50-50.
How we go from dating to having babies? She went a little too extreme right there, but as far as the dating aspect, yeah, guys do want to go 50-50, especially if y'all dating, because he want to know if he not just wasting his time and or wasting his money, because a lot of guys today, they realize that most times they end up wasting their time and their money dealing with these chicks who don't really want them. Most times they just want a free meal. So they're absolutely right to want to go 50-50.
It is not a crazy ass bitch. There are so many men out there who do it, trust me. And if a guy is asking you on a date and not paying, stop. You'll never hear from me again.
And most times when girls start icing guys because he refused to pay on dates, what they refuse to realize is they end up doing him a favor, because he start realizing that she was nothing but a gold digger anyway. So in essence, he end up just keeping his money in his pockets.
Y'all have to see this foolery.
You invited me out to come to eat, and that was not even my idea. That was your idea, right? And I'm offering to pay half, and you want me to pay the whole thing.
I'm the woman. I shouldn't have to pay anything.
The f he talking about?
But you invited him, and you can't accept half? Wow.
Now, I know they say that men are supposed to pay on dates. We all grew up hearing that. But we live in modern times where women want equal rights, want equal share the opportunity and everything. And because she asked to go out on a date, not him, but she asked, she should be able to come out her pockets and pay for that date.
But this was your idea to come out. You're the one that invited me out.
And you're the man, so you have to pay the bill.
Says who?
Who made that goddamn rule? Says me. What do you mean?
In what book is that written in?
That's just a rule. You pay the whole bill, you sleep on the couch.
I ain't even trying to go to your house. I'm trying to go home.
And that's where a lot of women get it confused, because they think that all guys think about sex. And some of us don't even care about sex, especially if it means we gotta dish out money just to get the cheeks.
Joke's on you, hot cat mama. Because you're the man, and you're responsible for the bill.
I'm about to take my card back in my wallet because it's some bullshit right there.
Now your unappreciative, entitled ass is responsible for the whole goddamn bill.
You the one that was ordering all that shit. I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's your problem, not mine. And I'm still trying to offer. I'm gonna pay half of it. Are you gonna pay half?
No.
And the guy still being nice, still offering to pay for half of it, and she refusing. That's the point where I'll just walk up and just leave, and for hell with the whole bill.
See, this is bullshit I'm always talking about. Women think because you're the man, you gotta pay for it, but they wanna be independent black women.
I was just bullshit.
She's paying for it.
Okay. She's paying. You making
She's
her
definitely
pay?
paying for the whole thing.
You making her pay?
Yep. She is.
What?
What do you mean it's not right? She don't even know what situation he's going through. If I was that man, I'll just walk up and just leave.
What do you mean it's not right?
Doesn't seem right.
It doesn't seem right.
Don't invite no man out if you're not willing to pay. He offered to pay half, which was very generous of him because he probably should have just said, I'll pay for my food only. And then she ordered up $300 worth of food. She ain't nothing but a goddamn red flag with legs.
Right, and if more men stood on their ground and refused to put up with bull stuff like this, then we'll have a lot less women thinking that they're entitled, that they can just do women however they want.
I expect a man to pay for the date. Yes, the whole entire date. That includes my Uber to the date and my Uber back to my house.
Word?
It don't sound like she need no man. It sound like she need a job.
If you are a man that I'm interested in, I want to see that you can provide for me. I want to see that you can afford an Uber ride. I want to see that you can afford a nice dinner date. Like, can you afford basic things? Because if you can't afford dinner and an Uber, my transportation, you certainly can't afford kids. You certainly can't afford a house. You certainly can't afford my bills. And I got bills to pay. Okay?
Call out.
It sounds like she looking for a sucker. Most women today, all they do is look for suckers. They look for men to fit the bills and to play stepdaddy all the while you just totally disrespecting him and just run around doing what you want to do. But I got a longer video of the same girl giving a list of saying what a man must do in order to date her. Let's check it out.
Here are some things I expect a man to pay for while I'm dating him or we're in a relationship. All dates. Like, sir, you're courting me, you're dating me, like, you should be paying for the date. I don't pay for dates, so, what are we doing here? Why would you ask me on a date if you're not gonna pay for it? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Now, if the man asked her out, then he should pay for the date. But if she think he's gonna do that every single time, especially if he's not the one initiating the date, then she got another thing coming.
Now, I know you don't want to look at my crusty nails, and my nails are never crusty because I'm a model, so I have to get my nails done for shoots, and I usually upkeep my nails once every 2 weeks, so you gotta be able to afford my nails to be done once every 2 weeks. You just have to date me.
That nigga's tripping.
She already done said that she pays for her own nails every 2 weeks, so why the hell would he have to pay for her nails if she already does it on her own? That don't make sense.
Honestly, when it comes to hair, I have that wash and go hair, but still, products are expensive. Like my conditioners, my leave-ins, my detanglers, my co-washes, hair is expensive. So I'm gonna need you to front the bill on that. You need to help me out. Now, if you guys don't already know, Ubers are a given, a must. I do not pay for my transportation to these dates. You must get my Uber. That is just the standard.
Now it sounds like she needs a job and a car.
I don't like looking like a bush monkey, so waxing is a given. I feel like nobody wants to see that. So, yeah. You got my wax, right? You got my wax.
I would really like that a lot.
Now, further down the line, we're not talking about the first few dates, but eventually, you're gonna have to pay my rent. Girls got bills to pay, and I am too feminine to, pay for myself. So, I do that now, but, if I'm with you, why would I pay for my own bills? Ugh, no.
Why would you pay for your own bills? Because you're adult and that's what adults do. That's the problem with a lot of people today when they get into relationships. They believe that just because you're in a relationship, now all of a sudden the man has to just support your lifestyle because he has the opportunity to date you or have sex with you. When that's not what relationships is supposed to be like. That's why I said there's a thin line now in dating between relationships and prostitution, because most women today, they look at dating as prostitutions because that's how they treat it. And on the flip side, you got men who starting to recognize that, so they starting to say, all right, well, if I gotta pay for it, then I'm gonna start getting downright nasty and dirty, disrespectful, do what I want, sleep where I want, see what I want, because it ain't really no relationship, especially if I gotta pay. And that's the downfall of what a lot of women don't see when they do these things. And until we bring shaming back and holding more women accountable for the antics and things that they do, we just gonna keep this up, and we're gonna have a generation born into madness and chaos. But that's all I got for now, guys. Make sure I hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.